Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the peace and tranquility of the Wimbledon Spiritualist Church. Church has been my home for over 55 years, and it's great to welcome you on behalf of Jackie and I, who are joint presidents. We welcome you to this church, and it is a beautiful church. It sits about 200 in here, but it's only about a few, much less than that today. And we are trying to think of ourselves as quite a progressive spiritualist church. So, friends, our medium today is Samantha Duly. Morning, Samantha, and welcome from Australia. Welcome. And have a lovely time with us. So, Samantha, would you please give a short introductory talk about your spiritual journey? And then after you finish that, if you would follow the service, follow on by saying the opening prayer.
Thank you. Yes, I'm a DSNU born and bred. Started off at the DSNU church in Brighton. So I actually come from the UK originally, and I've lived here for about 17 years now. I am a DSNU demonstrator, and also I've got the teaching certificate as well. So I always believe in lifelong learning. So I'm a full-time medium and I mentor as well. So it's lovely to have these new experiences to work all over the world. I'm in Canada in the morning, so I go everywhere. So I'd just like to do a lovely opening prayer. So if you just like to close your eyes and just think of the spirit world and the Divine Father. So we are all here today from different parts of the world in the presence and power of God, as we create a peace within our hearts that embraces us, embraces a togetherness within our world and those beyond. Gracious Mother, Father God, whom we move within our very being, may your gracious presence shine light on us all today, knowing that we are all loved. So God sends his love and his compassion on the wings of a prayer to all those here present today. Amen.
Amen. Friends, we continue our prayerful thought with spiritual healing. Healing for those with mind, body and spirit, and healing for those in absent healing books here and around the world. This morning we ask you to pray for Pat, Jill, Amber, Kelly and Stephen, Phil, Barbara, Lorna, Margaret, Joe, Mick, Barbara Woodman, Tig, Shirley, and a child called Patrick. We commend their names to our deepest mind and spiritual presence, and that the healing angels go forth and administer healing of mind, body, and spirit according to divine law. So may it be. Amen. Now let's say together the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you. Jim, would you please go around with the offertory, and we'll have some adverts from Richard.
Introducing the SPTV app, your digital spiritual guide for an enlightening journey like no other. Immerse yourself in a world of audio and visual content crafted to inspire, educate, and entertain. Seek guidance with our card of the day, choosing up to 6 cards for personal insights. Enhance your daily life with our wellness section, featuring nutritious recipes, affirmations, and balanced living tips. Explore our spiritualism section for a deep understanding of the religion, its principles, and spiritual answers. Unravel the secrets of the clairs and broaden your spiritual horizon. Easily find local readers, therapists, centers, or churches with our comprehensive directory. Stay connected with live broadcasts, check our schedule, and get to know our insightful presenters. Delve into the meanings of angel numbers, crystals, and a comprehensive list of divination meanings. All of this and more available for free on the SPTV app. Download now at sptv.uk/app and start your journey with your digital spiritual guide.
Thank you, Richard, for those advertising. And the assistant producer there today, Emily, it's her birthday tomorrow. So everybody here, Sophie, I don't know where Emily's come from. Anyway, Sophie, it's your birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday from Wimbledon Spiritualist Church. My son's here and he's moving everything around and I don't know where I'm going. I've been moved around so much today. But have a happy birthday and really enjoy it. Enjoy being 11. It all goes downhill from there. I was working at 11, down the mines, digging coal. That's how we were brought up in the old days. The strange thing was in South London there were no mines, but anyway, hey ho. So let's say hello to a few names. Phil, sure, it's good to see you. I hope you're feeling better and get better even quicker and feel stronger. Christine, Tina, Christine Lacey. Tina, good morning and welcome to Wimbledon. Oh, you look so sweet there. Is that you, Tina? Joe Ward, good morning and welcome. Wow. Nikitra, hello, welcome. Where's that from? Christine Davis, good morning, Christine. Love to see your name. Maura Brody, hello. You're from Australia as well. Izzy Ryan, good morning, Izzy. Welcome to Wimbledon Church. Sophie, good morning. Happy birthday, she said. Teresa White, good morning and welcome. Caroline Thomas, have a wonderful day. You're from South Africa. Have a wonderful day with us at Wimbledon. I bet it's a bit warmer in South Africa than it is in Wimbledon. Rebecca Whelan, good morning. Have a great time with us at Wimbledon. Gemma, hope you're well. Lovely photograph. Enjoy our morning. Jacqueline, good morning. Bad sound this morning. We'll see what Richard can do about that, or it's just my voice. Yeah, Richard's going to see what he can do about the sound. Julie Walsh, have a wonderful time. Margaret Bennett, thank you for saying good morning to us, and we extend that warm and loving welcome to you as well. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Samantha, I'm not sure if you're doing the reading I am. I've got the reading ready.
Yeah, I've got a reading.
Brilliant. If you could like to continue, I'll be grateful. Thank you.
Okay. I've got a lovely poem from Helen Steiner Rice. This book is Daily Stepping Stones. Love is enduring and patient and kind. It judges all things with the heart, not the mind. And love can transform the most commonplace into beauty and splendor and sweetness and grace. For love is unselfish, giving more than it takes. And no matter what happens, love never forsakes. It's faithful and trusting and always believing, guileless and honest and never deceiving. Yes, love is beyond what man can define. is immortal and God's gift is divine. I thought you might enjoy that this morning. So really, God's gift is divine. How often do we not realize what other people are going through in this world? We're all facing some sort of challenges. And I think the most important thing that in particular we've learned over the last 4 years is to treat each other with kindness. That's the most important thing, because as I say, the last 4 years, the world has changed and there needs to be more love, because love is everything. So if we show compassion, kindness, and most of all, patience, we will be the voice and the heart of love. And as we know, God is love. For when we go to the spiritual realm, material things don't matter, do they? Not at all. They really don't. But how you loved people, how you gave them time, and how you gave them kindness is the most important thing. Because as you know, we are all part of God, aren't we? We're all a spark of the divine. We all are doing God's work on earth, so to speak. And we are all here today sharing the brotherhood of man. So we are all together, aren't we? Whether we're in Australia, South Africa, we're in the UK, we are here as the brotherhood. We are here, we are sharing the service. So we are, aren't we? We're all a communion of the Spirit and the ministry of angels. We are all here together as one. And we are here on earth to make a difference. I love to make a difference to people's lives, whether it's helping them notice the God self within them or connecting the worlds together. That is the most important thing to me. So I also say to the spirit world each day, how may I serve? Because service is the ultimate, I would say, goal of a medium, but we should all serve, shouldn't we? How many of us have our head down when we're walking along the road? And here today, even in the church in Wimbledon, how many of you, this is your only time of the week that you actually see someone? And that's what these times together are, just so precious. And kindness is the light that guides your heart. So if you can show one person the light, you've done good work on earth. That's what Silver Birch says. Because as we know, love is not measured. Love is not dissected, is it? Not with a scalpel. But we are all together as one. How else do you think that the spirit world can come through via a medium? It's through love, isn't it? The power of love. Infinite, limitless love. The love of the divine. For love conquers death. And the wonderful Mavis Batilla used to say, love, like life, can never die. So it is this love within us that enables, you know, the spirit world to blend and draw close. And I love the words by Maya Angelou. Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but the moment that take our breath away. So if you think we come into this world with an inhale and we go out with an exhale, what about all the breaths we take in between? There's some people on this earth that really struggle with their breathing. You know, there's lots of people that aren't well and everything like that, but they still got love in their heart. Love is so important. And you must always look up, never down. You know, the beautiful sunflowers, don't they face towards the sun? Obviously, In Australia, when it's 43 degrees, we don't want to be having our face to the sun. But if you do raise your face to the sun, it has an eternal radiance. It helps us with our faith. And as you know, the sunflower represents spiritualism, doesn't it, really? And I can see the beautiful daffodils in the church. They are my all-time favourite flower. Shows that spring is arriving. So as we know, love is either to serve and to comfort. So always remember, life is a mixture of sunshine and rain, tears and smiles. But most of all, it's kindness. It's so, so very important. So I just would like to leave you with the last little bit of this poem. Love is beyond what man can define, for love is immortal, and God's gift is divine. Thank you.
Really quoted some lovely people, and it's important that we remember about love and spirituality and the fact of life after death. The two go hand in hand, and as you quoted from Silver Birch, it's perfect. Thank you very much indeed. Well, friends, we're now coming to that part of the service where our medium will demonstrate the gifts of the Spirit. Please offer up your yeses and nos quite clearly. Here in the church, we do have a roving mic. And please, if you also want to come up here and speak face to face, please feel free to be able to do that. Friends, hand you over once more for the mediumship, the demonstration of the gifts of the Spirit from Samantha Duly. Thank you, Samantha.
Hello, everybody. So let's just see who I have here. I have a gentleman actually straight away, and this man, he just, oh my God, he makes me want to smile from ear to ear. The old saying, smiling like a Cheshire cat. I do know this gentleman, he just makes me feel so happy. And he's actually singing in my ear, give me sunshine, give me rain, which is really interesting. And I think that Eric and Ernie sung that. So, so I know this gentleman has a very happy disposition. He said his body failed him this lifetime, but he even says he's continuing to make people laugh in spirit world. So, and I don't know whether he keeps making me go back to the initials. So whether he is actually an Eric or an Ernie, or that name is in his family. So is there anyone that understands this information? He's a very jovial man. I actually feel there would have been a heart condition and a chest condition, because he really makes me very tight on my chest. So would anyone understand this information?
Nobody at the church at the moment, but other than the Eric and Ernie, I can understand quite a lot of what you said, Samantha. My dad had that song played at his funeral service.
Right.
Dad had organ failure.
Right. Okay. So let's just see. And would I be right to say are you John? Is that right?
Sorry?
Are you John?
No, I'm Ray.
Oh, okay. Because he just said, say John to you, and you would know John. So I don't know whether that is a middle name, or he keeps saying to me, John's important.
Can't place a John at the moment.
Okay. I do feel, because he keeps singing this song in my ear, that it's just, he's got his thumbs up. So you'd understand your dad would have been quite a funny gentleman.
Oh, he could be, yes.
Okay. So, and you understand here, he's making me feel that he even had like either pneumonia at the end, but he just said, I stayed as long as I could.
Yeah, I understand.
You understand that? Okay. I don't know, darling, whether you were going to be Raymond John, or because he just keeps wanting to say that.
He has a friend who's in spirit with him called John.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Because he said, because he just said, say Raymond and then say John. Okay.
Trying to get my attention by calling me Raymond.
Oh, okay. Somebody else can also take an Eric and a John as well. So let's just see. Because I just really feel, because that song was really, really important, because he's just humming away. So he said, thank you for that choice of song, because you weren't quite sure which song to go for. Is that right?
Yeah, there was. And also my wife just pointed out there is an Eric in spirit with Dad, who we know very close.
There you go.
Sorry.
Right. Okay. You see,
And there
that's
is-
okay. That's
There is an
fine.
Uncle Ernie as well. Dad's Uncle Ernie.
Oh. You see, that's sometimes behind every good man, there's a better woman.
Oh, indeed.
That knows all
Certainly
the
my,
information.
certainly my
Okay.
case.
Okay, so I do feel here with your dad, he's actually taken his cap off and he would say good morning to everybody.
Yeah, he tried to. Yeah, very much so.
So, because he just says, in my day, you know, I was a very, I did bring up my children well, he's saying to me. I did bring up my children well. This is what he said. I may have got a few things wrong because I was a wee bit grumpy, but I left it to your mum most of the time. Is that right?
That's very true.
Okay, so I don't know. He said, say Sue or Susan. So I don't know whether that name means to you something on the earth. He said, Susan's on the earth.
Yeah, yeah, I know, Sue. Yeah.
Okay, on the earth. He's got a lovely jacket on your dad. And he said, I didn't often up well, but when I did, I did.
Yes.
Okay. So, and it looks like a bit like a, oh gosh, I haven't seen one of those for ages, like a corduroy jacket.
Yeah, he had
So
one back in the day, yeah.
Yes, he says, I didn't have many jackets, but when I dressed well, I dressed well.
Yes, he did.
Okay. Just before he goes, darling, he's showing me here a collection of beer mats. So I don't know whether that was what he collected. Oh, that's you. Because he just said, look at this collection of beer mats.
Yeah. I used to frequent the British Beer Festival and buy a load of beer mats.
Oh, there you go. So I definitely do have your father here then, because he says, give these to you. And just one more thing before he goes, I'm smelling oil. So I don't know whether he was a little bit of a fixer. He said, oh, I did get myself in a bit of a pickle sometimes. I don't know whether he put the shelf up and it fell down, because he's laughing about that.
No, he wouldn't have just put the shelf up because he knew it'd fall down.
Oh, because he's going like this, and then he went, oh, it fell. So, so please take his love. He wants to tug onto your tie like this. So I don't know whether he didn't often wear one because he just thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah, he very much, if I was at the male mediums up on platform, my dad had been before me, he believed they should wear ties.
Yes. Okay, my sweet.
And my dad said to me this morning, I didn't have to. All right, thank you very much. That's very much my dad. Thank you.
Yes, my pleasure. My pleasure. Okay, so let's just see. I did see some messages coming up, but I really did feel I was with you. But let's just see who I have now. I have a lady, if I just say, bless her heart, she's quite curvaceous. Not a tall lady, maybe about 5'2", 5'3". She just said she had childbearing hips. So I tell you what, she's got, I know it's her words, not mine. She's got the most beautiful legs. And when she walks, she just like walks really well. And she's just like walking in my hallway. It's funny. So I know with this lady, she would have loved either the theatre, or I feel like I have to be really glamorous with her. Or she loved the theatre, and she's humming away in my ear, must have songs today. And it's a bit like a Doris Day song. So whether she loved the theatre, but is there anyone that, I don't know whether her name is Barbara, or she would have known a Barbara. So would anyone know a lady that loved theatre or was even in the theatre herself? And
anybody here?
She's quite theatrical.
Nobody here at Wimbledon.
Okay, let's just see. She also said, say Elsie. Elsie is connected to her. Is there an Elsie?
No, not at Wimbledon, so let's say somebody online.
Okay, if there's anyone online. She's definitely here, this lady. And I can see that she's, yes, I really do feel she may have been on the stage in her day, and she does actually show me London. So I do feel there is a connection, and that's why she's come through. I feel she would have been on the stage younger, and she's speaking very well, like she was like did elocution or something like that. Oh, somebody's got here. Your grandma and your nieces, Barbara. Is that right? Is that Moira? Okay. So you understand it's so how do I just get answers on here now? Okay, I'll just carry on. Okay, so you've got a niece Barbara and your grandma was like that. She also tells me that Mum has also, oh, we've got someone else here as well. Let me just see, I just feel drawn to Moira at the moment, and then I'll see if I can go back to Sophie. So Moira, you'd understand here, your grandma, she would have been either part of the theatre, whether it was actually on the stage or part of a group. She also wants me to mention Scotland, so I do feel there's a Scottish connection as well, because she shows me the thistle. I feel that might be maybe on the mum. She's just said, I have my daughter back, and she wants to call your mum Queenie. So I don't know whether there was a reference to your mum and the Queen. I feel here it could well be like the age, 94, 95. Would this make any sense to you, Moira? No messages? Okay, let's just carry on. I do. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. So, and I feel there's also a Pat or Patricia to also to do with your grandma and your mum. So I know here she's also with a gentleman, and he's got a very strong accent. Like obviously I'm from the south of England, and he's further up north. He's a real character as well, and a spade was a spade, he's telling me. But there must be a real joke about going to the seaside, because he's now actually just shown me Brighton, and he's showing me like the deck chairs and Tiny's hanky on his head. Does that make any sense to you, Moira? Have I lost her? I really do feel, yes, your mum's just passed, right, okay. So would there be a Pat or Patricia to do with your mother? Right, okay. So would there be a Pat or Patricia to do with your mother? Right, okay. So would there be a Pat or Patricia to do with your mother?
Ash, what's going on?
So would you also understand the Scottish connection? Your dad was Scottish. Okay, brilliant. Because I've been shown here, because he did say, I did get the other side to your mum and your grandma. And I feel here, your dad's saying that his bark, bark wasn't as bad as his bite or something like that. And you've got photos of the beach in Scotland with the deck chairs. Okay. And he just says, and don't forget the hanky on the head. So I know here collectively we've got grandma here. We've also got your lovely mum and your dad. And I know they step forward, especially your father. And he just says, well, my daughter to tell them they've got to look after her better. So getting here, I have to give you snowdrop and tulips, all the beautiful flowers. So I do feel these are very, very special flowers to you. And Mum just said, remember the hyacinth bulb with the windmill. So would that make sense to you? I do feel that's important. And I don't know whether you've graced the presence of a church recently, but they want to say thank you for putting the candle up. So I don't know whether you've walked past another I can't say that word, domination church, and either like you just wanted to go in there and pop a candle up for all those that have gone before you. And just before they go, I've been told to give you a dolphin. So I don't know whether you have this wish to either swim with dolphins, but I've been told actually I've got to give you a dolphin ornament and also an owl ornament. I do feel you may have one of your mother's owl ornaments. Would that make sense to you, Moira? Oh, and she also just says you've got the collection of magnets of hers. And if the comments are coming through, if she can take all of that. All moved to the beach. Mum lived in Brighton before Bournemouth with the rest Scottish family. Hanky's on the head with granddad. Took his children on the beach, and Barbara died as a child. There you go. Thank you so much for that feedback, Moira. And no, always this is Sophie. Oh gosh, this is Sophie now. Sorry, I thought that was Moira. So I'll just wait for Moira's bit of feedback, and then I will just go back. Daughter did when visiting England that Christmas, the dolphins ornaments magnets. Yes. Thank you very much, Moira. Okay, so I'm now just going to go back to Sophie, and I know because the message has gone now. But Sophie could take everything, and it's so interesting because I used to live in Brighton as well, and with the deck chairs. And you've got here swimming with dolphins. Long time to have a friend. Your friend reminded you of this week. Yes, to the owl and the dolphin ornament. Okay, thank you, Sophie. So I really do hope that you've managed to get a message from someone else's message. But let's just see if we can finish off your link. I do also feel here you've got a great big pile. Oh, and your daughter lit a candle in Old English Church. Oh, that's Moira. It's always weird when it's delayed. I do feel for you, Sophia, as well, that I'm seeing a great big pile of photographs, and you're either putting the photographs in a different pile. Actually, no, there's 3 piles, apparently. And there's really a pile that says you're not these photographs, because I know some of them are very old and they're sepia. And I feel there's Arthur to do as well with this for you, Sophie. And I've been told to say Fred as well. So somebody must be doing the family tree and coming up with all these names that you're not quite sure about. You've been handed some photographs as well that you're trying to sort these out into a pile. But I feel there's nothing written on the back. Okay, so you can't hear too well. Okay, but your mum was on stage in London as well, so you can understand this. And one more thing for you, Sophie, would you understand the collection of symbols? I do feel there's a collection of symbols, because I'm getting the needle and thread. So I do feel that's important before we finish. And I've been told I have to give you an orchid as well from your mum. I don't know whether I've lost Sophie or not. Okay. So we'll just see, because I know she can't hear too well. So I'm just going to move on now, and we'll just see if the message comes in afterwards. Okay. Yes, you've got Uncle Arthur, and I'm doing a tree, but not got the photos yet. Okay. So if you go online, Sophie, I just see there's just going to be these photos that are really going to help with your tree. Okay. So thank you, Sophie. Right. Okay. So who do I have now? I'm very aware of a gentleman, and I know this gentleman, he passed in an accident. He's showing me a motorbike. And I know he was a very handsome man, because he's even doing this to his hair like this. I know here he said he didn't make old bones, and I do feel here that it was quite a shock, you know, because he said I did take a few risks, and I know here that I miss my mum. I miss my mum very much, and I don't know whether there's a James or Jim connected to him, or Steve or Stevie. It sounds like that to me, but I do feel here this gentleman, he said somebody's got a very old photograph of him, and I don't know whether they found the photograph recently, because somebody is, you know, when you look through photographs of someone's 70th or 80th or even a bit older or younger. So does anyone understand this information? Gentleman here, he passed in an accident. Motorbikes are very important to him. He says there's a Jim or a James connected to him, or Steve or Stevie. And I know someone has this picture of him. He looks, it's really old picture actually. It looks like kind of 60s, maybe 70s. So would anyone understand that? You can understand that about your son? But I feel, Nicotera, sorry if I don't say your name right. I feel this is an older photograph. Let me just see, because we might have two here, because I felt as I saw your name, I felt your son was a lot younger. This gentleman here, he shows me going back to the 60s or the 70s, or would you know, I can't read that. I don't know. No, there's definitely something to do with an older man here as well, that would be here now, maybe in his 70s or 80s. Would there also be another gentleman that also had a motorbike in your family? Let me just see, you're saying my son, but this is like an older photograph. Let me just see. Would you, let me just see, so let me just ask this other man just a step, because he keeps showing me his photograph. Would I be right to say, Nicotera, sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, your boy would have been in his 20s? Would that be right? Okay. If I look at him, there must be some connection in your family as well, because this other gentleman said he's connected with you. Right, okay. I do feel, would you know, darling, if there was another gentleman in your family tree that would also have died in a motorbike accident, or would have loved a motorbike? Let's just say, let me just keep carrying on. Would I be right to say that your son has gone within the last 2 years? And I do feel here somebody has his spare helmet and his gloves. And I do feel here that these helmet and these gloves, they were either laid on top of the coffin or they were taken to the funeral. Because I know here, he says, I know I took risks, but he said this time it wasn't my fault. Would that make sense to you? 21, right? Okay. As I'm looking at him, you'd understand him taking a few risks, but not this particular time he passed. And could you also please confirm there's someone else in your family that also either liked photographs or also passed in an accident? Because I feel he's with somebody. No. Okay. Well, I've still got this other gentleman here. Let me just work with you, darling. Who is Tom? Is Tom connected to you, darling, or the T name? And I know that's part of your name, but this young man here keeps saying T is important, T is important. And I also feel that there's Sam as well, or a longer version of Sam, because I know because that's my name and mine can be shortened to Sam. Would your son have also known as Sam? I'm not sure what that answer was to. Okay, so let me just see. So, but would you understand that this accident happened very, very quickly? Right. Okay, so, oh, okay, so you do know a Tom or a Sam. Yes, the car that hit him was their fault. Right, okay, you understand that. Okay, so you would understand your son knew a Tom or a Sam. Because I do know that your son had lots and lots of friends. And I do feel that this happened in the last 2 years. And I know here that somebody wears your son's T-shirt, because I know here he was very trendy. Oh, because this is delayed, I don't know what you're saying anyway. Okay, let's just see. There's definitely something with this younger man. You'd understand he says it wasn't his fault. I know I had the best send-off. I know I was very trendy in my day. And I also know there's this older gentleman that brought him through. So I do know that he's making me aware that he would have had a lung condition and he would have been short of breath towards the end of his life. I do feel my wife is in the church. Now, I feel here that my wife comes quite often, and I know here he tells me that my wife wanted to breathe for me. Like, you know, when someone just try to catch their breath and you just like, there's so many gaps in between. So he just wants to say, I can breathe really well now. Now I feel with this gentleman, he shows me smoking in his day, but I really do feel like I smoked. Oh, he's showing me he could have been a bit naughty, he says now. But I do feel I would have breathed in something in the early days at work. So is there anyone in the church, Raymond, that can take this information?
I think my wife, Jackie, her dad had asbestosis from his job in the docks.
Right. Okay. And he would have liked a cigarette or two in his day as well.
He did, yes. Jackie's just coming in now.
Okay, but when he says my wife, so it's your wife is in the audience, but let me just see, would I be right to say he wants to talk about Jackie's mum? Jackie's mum.
Yeah.
So Jackie's
with him. I'm online with you.
With him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So your mum is now with him.
Yes.
And they are having a dance, he tells me.
Lovely.
So would I be right to say your mum, she stood on his shoes and they went round the kitchen sometimes?
Well, it was a ballroom dancer. My mum was a bit of a jiver. But, so
there you go. Because, oh, that's lovely. Because I'm seeing his shiny shoes and he just says, Mum is trying not to slip off my feet and we're going round the kitchen like this.
Mum was shopping.
Okay.
Yeah,
because he's dancing. Oh, right. There you go. There you go. Because he kept saying to me, and talking about my wife, and she's in the audience. So I'm thinking, no, your daughter's in the audience, but you also want to talk about your wife. Okay. Yeah. So would I be right to say Dad got a few medals for his ballroom dancing and you still have them, Jackie?
It's possible he had them, but he gave up a very...
You don't have...
So I don't.
Right, okay, because he's showing me 2 really old medals. Okay,
so family members.
Okay, so darling, are you actually Jacqueline?
Yes, I am.
Yes, because he just said I had to call you the proper name. So, and I don't know whether you're Jacqueline Anne, but he just said say Anne to you, Anne or Annie.
Right, there's an Anne in the family, but I'm not Jacqueline.
There is an Anne in the family, okay. Because he just said, and tell her this and tell her that. And I went, wait a minute. because he just says, well, I couldn't say what I wanted to say at the end, and now I have to say it now. So, and I do feel he passed before your mum. Is that correct?
No, the other way around.
Oh, really? Because all he just keeps saying to me, and tell her we're together, and it was the best when we met up again.
Yes.
Now this is very random, but why would your dad want me to give you a hedgehog? So I don't know whether you had a hedgehog in your garden as a child, but he keeps saying hedgehogs are really important. There must be a story.
I'll give it some thought, the hedgehog.
Okay, because he's laughing and he's saying, well, I need to put it down soon because it's pricking my fingers.
Yeah, I'm probably a bit prickly at the moment because I'm on a lot of steroids, so I'm very aggressive.
I don't think it's that. It's a real life hedgehog I have to give you, he's saying to me. Okay, but would I be right to say there was some lovely wildlife in your garden when you were with your mum and dad?
No, we lived in Clapham, so there wasn't a lot of wildlife anywhere in Clapham.
Oh, I'm just seeing a bird table with a couple of birds on it.
Oh, well, we had the odd birds that we gave bread to. Yeah.
You did? Ah, okay. So I said, what do you mean by wildlife? And he went, you know, the birds.
Mm-hmm.
So he's actually making me aware of the robin. And he said, you have been visited by the robin where you're living now. Is that right?
I've seen a few robins, yes.
Okay, but that is your mum and dad coming to visit you, they say.
Thank you.
Okay, so mum and dad here are counting their pennies. So I don't know whether this was this card game they played. I think it's called cribbage with a little matchsticks, because I'm just seeing them playing cards. Would you remember them playing cards as well when they were younger?
No, not really, but we're always watching the pennies. Things were tight.
Because I just see the piles, but I'm also seeing this card game, so I'm not going to take it away because I'm seeing the piles of pennies here. So would it be right to say you had to put pennies in the meter as well?
Yes.
Right, thank you. I said, Dad, tell me something else about this money, because he's even showing me you having some nights having to just have the candles on.
Well, I remember the years of blackouts, but Mum.
Oh, right, okay.
The meter, yeah, keep it going.
Okay, and he's also showing me here pieces of coal, and you'd have to like limit it as well. Is that right?
Oh, you're going back to the 60s now, but I remember the Coleman coming.
Okay, well, they're reminiscing. They're reminiscing. So the way that they're reminiscing is, I actually feel there's somebody that must have a very special birthday. So I don't know whether somebody is just going to leave their 60s, because your dad says the 60s are very important.
Well, Ray turned 65 only a month ago, so we did celebrate.
Ah, so right, and they're clapping their hands. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. I really do believe that. And he's just grinning here. So I do know that he just said, oh, I've got my breath back and I feel so much better. But I tell you what, your dad, who worked hard in his day, yes. He's got his sleeves rolled up and he's very like on his soapbox a bit, saying, if children worked as hard as we did today, then the world would be a different place. Because he was quite opinionated, your dad, wasn't he?
It was, yes.
He just says, sorry, darling?
He didn't have a filter.
No, because he's like, I'm on my soapbox, you tell us. And he is, but he could also be, even though he was straight down the line and black was white and white was black, there was a kind side to your father.
Yes.
Very much so. And I don't know, darling, whether he liked cricket or your husband or one of your sons liked cricket, but I'm having to give you a cricket ball.
No, he loved it. And we had a cricket ball on his funeral flowers as part of...
Oh, there you go. I said to him, please, can I have something that your daughter will understand? And he said, please give her the cricket ball. Okay. And then I've got your... What's that, darling?
Gets in for free now at the Oval and anywhere else, the text message.
Oh, that's so funny. And your mum just said she absolutely loves daffodils too, like I do.
Yes. Thank you.
And she, just very quickly, so I don't know whether March the 2nd means anything to you.
Well, we've got a very busy weekend here with Spirit Seeker seminar. So they'll be around.
Oh, okay. Because I just got March the 2nd and they're clapping their hands.
Yep.
But I also feel, though, there's one more birthday in March. And I feel, I don't know whether it's around the 17th, 18th, and I know your dad's laughing because that's St. Paddy's Day. But around 17th, 18th, 19th is important, your dad's saying.
Well, it would have been about their 64th wedding anniversary on the 17th of March. And the grandchildren have birthdays at the end of March.
Right, okay, because he's clapping his hands like this. So thank you very much. And I'll say thank you to your dad and your mum for talking.
Tell him to have a lovely drink in the Heavenly Arms, which is the pub that I know over there with all the family.
Okay, yes, and he just saying cheers to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
It was a wonderful
message. Pleasure.
Thank you, Samantha.
My pleasure. Okay, so here we go. Let's just see who we've got now. I do feel there's like a young lady here, and I know she tells me that she would have been in a wheelchair towards the end of her life. Again here, she's got a really big smile, but she tells me her legs are working again. Now, I know as she rubs my arms and my legs, she keeps saying through the body. So I don't know whether she means she had a cancer condition through her arms or all throughout her body. But I know I am twirling and twirling and twirling now. So I have a young lady here, and I know here that I'm a, if I say a real girl now, if that makes sense. She is a girl, but you don't understand what I mean like that. I can do all the normal things I couldn't do. So I know this beautiful young lady, she even said my hair's even different now. So, so I feel here with her, she couldn't either have it cut how she wanted, but I know here I have longer hair now. Is there anyone in the congregation that would understand this?
Anybody understand that? Kelly? There's somebody at church called Kelly. She understands that message. She's just given the microphone.
Okay.
She's got the microphone now.
Okay. So Kelly, you would understand this beautiful young lady.
Yeah, the only thing is it wasn't cancer with her, it was spina bifida.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. I didn't feel it was cancer. I just feel like I'm all over my body and I can move now. So she would have been in a wheelchair. Is that right, darling?
She was, yeah.
Right, that's it. So that's what I'm saying to you. Because she just said to me my body wasn't the same and I wasn't quite sure, but it's the more of this being able to stand and dance and twirl around. You'd understand that.
Yes.
Okay then, my darling. And you'd understand here as well about her haircut and her haircut. She can have her hair different now. You'd understand that.
Yes. She was at college with me when we were younger.
Right.
And she always, I have long hair and she always wanted long hair, but because of her wheelchair and her problems, she couldn't at the time.
Right. Okay. So let's just see. I've got someone else that said they can take this young lady. So let me just see. So, but you'd understand now that she can have her hair longer.
Yes.
Okay. So would I be right to say she could never stand up unaided?
She couldn't stand at all, yeah.
No, okay, that makes sense then, because she just said, look at me now, I can stand. But I feel her wish was to dance. Is that right?
Yes.
Brilliant. And she said that you were so kind to her at school. But I feel, she says to me, there was a period of time when I didn't want to go to school, but you were very, very kind to her.
Yeah, we got on really well. And in fact, I took dancing one day. We had a thing at college.
You did it with her in her wheelchair?
Yes.
That's it, because she goes like this. So I don't know whether you did the little jive with her or because her, oh my goodness, her face, she's going like this with the little jive. Oh, love her. I don't know whether there is a George or a Georgia connected to her or connected to you, darling.
Connected to her, yes.
You understand that? Oh, okay. And I know here, oh, you know, when you, the fairy godmother, you will go to the ball. She says, oh, tell her I went to a ball as well. Because there was all these things. She had this wish list, didn't she, darling?
Well, the thing is, we did go to a ball because we had a ball at college where we all dressed up, and I actually dressed her and her wheelchair as she.
Oh, there you go.
I made things go around her wheelchair so that it was part of.
Oh, well, maybe because let me just see. Let's rewind. So when she just said, "I do have a fairy godmother," and I went to the ball, maybe that's what she's calling you her fairy godmother.
Bless her.
You know what I mean? So, and she's smiling. She said, I got it right now, because she said, and say this and say that. And I was like, slow down, love her heart. So I don't know whether there was a Danny or Danielle or Danny as well.
Danny,
would you
yes.
know that?
Uh-huh.
Danny, okay. And do you remember, gosh, she's taking me back. Do you remember those little whimsies that we used to collect? The little animals, whimsies. Oh
yes,
gosh.
yes, that was me. That was me.
That was you, okay. Because for some reason she showed me the little squirrel. So I don't know whether that was the only one you didn't get, but she said, I have to give you the squirrel whimsy.
She did.
So
as a present.
She did. Oh,
yes.
Okay. Oh, I tell you what, she's making me emotional as well. And she says, oh, tell her I've got a puppy now as well. But she's just a stunner. And if I look at her now, would I be right to say she'd be in her either late 40s, early 50s if I look at her?
In 50s, yeah.
Yes, because and I wasn't sure. Now she's just showed me my sister's date of birth, and that's 1971. Would that be right?
No, it would have been 68, 69.
Oh, that's right then. Okay, because that's my other sister then. Because it was my sister's birthday yesterday, who'll be 53, but my other sister's birthday is, because she said to me, you know the age, your sister. So it's my other sister. Okay, and she is, and she's smiling here. So I don't know, darling, whether you've been reminiscing, but she just says, thank you for still thinking of me, because she says, I catch those little thoughts in love heart. And her
last night.
What's that, darling?
My husband and I were talking about her last night.
There you go, because she just says, I've caught those thoughts and I've changed them into little hearts and I've put them in my heart like this. But she now wants to blow love hearts back to you. All right, my sweet. And one more thing before she goes. I don't know whether she had a wish to live in Spain, because she just keeps saying, talk about Spain. Or if you were talking about Spain with your husband.
Spain. Yeah, we were talking about Spain, yeah.
You were, because she just shows me those, what do you call them? Is it castanets? For some reason, the castanet. I don't know, but she's just doing like this.
So my cousin used to live in Spain, and I took her son back.
Right. Bless her. Right. Okay. So that's why she's doing this. Well, thank you, darling. But all she just says is, please tell you she loves you more.
Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Okay, Raymond?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much indeed. From Wimbledon Spiritualist Church, Samantha, well done. Thank you. Jackie and I have been extremely blessed to receive a message from you as well. So thank you. It's very rare we get messages. As you know, with church officers, it doesn't often happen. So thank you.
No.
It's been a lovely day. I've just got some notices to read. Okay. I'm okay, babe. Thank you. The healing clinic is every Tuesday, 7 till 8:15, and Thursday, 10 till 12. Members of the community and animals are welcome, and you'll be greeted by our healer leaders who will make you feel safe and sound in our church. New events for Winter Spring Friendship Club every Wednesday, 11:30 till 2. And please note there will be some changes coming for that quite soon. And Wednesdays will be continuing all through the rest of this year at the moment of time. There is no open platform February, March, and April date will be confirmed. Booking is still open for our Spirit Seeker weekend, which we're really looking forward to. We're open Monday the 1st to the 3rd this year. Ultimate spiritual event, inspirational experience. It has been designed exclusively for anyone looking to expand their spiritual awareness and development. Numerous activities over the 3 days, including meditation, healing, mediumship, and demonstrations. Talks at our Sunday service and mini spiritual shop will also be open. Parking is available opposite the church. There's 2 meters there, and also a car park to the right of the church in Morrison's. And thank you all very much. And it's important that people outside in the real world and here at Wimbledon Church always know we're here for you. We're here to help and offer. Anybody wants to add a healing name, please send to us via the church website pages and emails, and we will put that on our healing list. Could I ask you to close with prayer, please, Samantha?
Thank you. May the blessings of God's love be upon all of us this evening. We've learned that love, no matter where we are in the world, is important. The blending of the spirit world is all we need, is love. But as we go forward for the coming week, we have a little skip in our heart, for we know we're never truly alone. And as the spirit messengers and the ministry of angels walk alongside of us, we know in our minds that we are love. Amen.
Sorry, I've just come up to the platform again. This is Jackie is back, just to say that we mentioned Friendship Club. It's not on next Wednesday because we're actually open from 10 o'clock on the Friday morning. So Friendship Club, all those that regularly come, please come on Friday, because we've got a super day all the way from 10 o'clock in the morning, really through to 10 o'clock in the evening. And we've got lots of things, Q&As, and our spiritual philosophy and our principles and our timeline. And we'll have Hydesville, and we'll talk about the Titanic story, William said. So it'll be a great day on Friday. But remember, if you turn up on Wednesday, there's no one here. And there's plenty of private readings as well. So anyone wants to book with me, I can sort that out for you. So sorry to come out. I just wanted to clarify. So Friday, Saturday and Sunday, I hope to see as many of you as we can. Thank you. Thank you, Samantha.
Also, I'd like to say thank you to Richard and his production team for all the hard work they've done today. On behalf of Jackie and I, we extend a warm and loving goodbye and hope to see you all soon. And once again, Samantha, we thank you for today's service. It's been great and wonderful. Blessed be. Bye, everybody, till we meet again. Bye-bye.